Hello everybody, my name is Brandon, aka the BrandoCritic, and today we're discussing, finally, Creed 2. So yes, just like A Star is Born, I did wait way too long to see this movie. Life got pretty busy around Christmas time. So we're here, finally, discussing Creed 2. And good news, it's a good movie. So in the original Rocky franchise, you basically had two different genres. You had the more dramatic, serious movies like Rocky and Rocky 2, and then you had more of like the cheesy, silly 80s action movies with Rocky 3 and Rocky 4. And don't get me wrong, I like those movies, but I can still say that they are cheesy, they are pretty silly with all those, Hearts on Fire. Great song, but it is cheesy. So when they made the spin-off Creed in 2015, they went with more of the serious angle. But with Creed 2, we get more of a silly premise, at least we're trying to dip back into the silly premise from the 80s, and then bring a more serious spin on it with Creed 2. And quite frankly, I think they did a really good job of meshing the two together. So what did I like about this movie? Well, we have the returning cast. Michael B. Jordan, Tessa Thompson, Sylvester Stallone, they're all great. And the reason why they're great in this movie and the reason why you care about them, because the relationships between them are so strong. And they get faced with new challenges in this movie. We have Adonis Creed and Bianca trying to start a family, which can be one of the biggest struggles and challenges in life. And then of course we have Sylvester Stallone trying to rekindle his relationship with his son, we haven't seen since Rocky Balboa, Rocky 5, it's been a while. But one of the new relationships that forms in this movie is with Ivan Drago and his son, Victor Drago. Now spoilers for Rocky 4, the whole reason why Apollo Creed, Adonis's dad, died in the ring was because he was fighting Ivan Drago, the big Russian monster. I say he's a monster because he does play a video game character, right? Ivan Drago was just this big Russian dude, super buff on steroids, didn't speak barely, and he was just like the next boss for Rocky to fight. But now with him back in this movie, and with him having a son, Victor, they tried to add some character to a character that didn't have any before. And honestly, it is paper thin, I will say that, but it is nice to see that they are taking care of this story and saying, okay, it'd be super easy to bring back the Dragos and just have them, we must break you. But they're gonna try to add some sympathy to them, right? And say, okay, we understand these villains, and we understand why they have to do these things. And quite frankly, even though we know that Ivan Drago killed Apollo Creed in the ring, you still feel a little bit of sympathy for him, He's like, my country, broke me. I did not break you, you broke me. And then my country put me out, and my son don't know how to box, and I did my terrible Russian accent. Again, you do feel sympathy for these people. And the person I saw the movie with, they're like, I kind of want him to win. She hadn't seen the first one, but she's like, I want kind of him to win because it's sad. So at least you do feel some sympathy there. And in any movie, you can give me any plot. If I like the characters, I will be interested. The plot can be really ridiculous, can be completely stupid. As long as you have the basics down and you like the characters, then we're gonna have a good movie. And the reason why I say that is because this story doesn't really give us anything too new that we haven't seen before, right? We've seen these things in other Rocky movies. We've seen a child, we've seen revenge from another boxer, we've seen the champ get brutally beaten, and then he has to do some training and he's got to learn more about the love of the game, what he's fighting for, and then he has to go back and he has to defeat the guy that beat him, and it's very standard stuff, but we have the basics down. We like these characters and we want them to succeed, and you have sympathy for them. You even have sympathy for the villains, which makes it a bit more interesting. And we have, of course, a great training montage. You gotta have the great training montage, and I'm a sucker for them. I really am. And the fights. The punches feel like they fucking hurt. Sorry for swearing, but they do. Props to the sound design team. The punches feel heavy. I'd be killed if I went in the ring with Victor Drago, and I'd be terrified of him. So all in all, Creed 2 is kind of a mix between the more serious Rocky movies and the more cheesy Rocky movies, and it does find a good middle ground, and that's why I give this movie a 4 out of 5. And I got emotional in this movie. I'm not gonna tell you what scene it is, so go see the movie, come back here, guess what scene got me, comment section down below, and tell me, what did you like better, Creed 1 or Creed 2? Just like the last one, it does feel a little bit different because there's a little bit more cheese in there, but hey, I'm down for Creed 3. Anyways guys, thank you so much for watching. Take care.